Good afternoon. I guess actually now it's evening. Good evening. Did you know evening technically starts at 6 p.m.? In a formal sense, when you're referring to afternoon and evening, the transition between the two is 6 p.m. So now you know. The more you know. uh, um, we just finished the evac meeting right here in my apartment for the first time. We had been meeting at the Starbucks this whole time so far, but I had suggested on the video thing I made them. I mentioned this, I think, on a couple of the previous videos, or maybe one, but I mentioned that I wanted to move it into a personal place, like our homes. So we kind of, we were like, okay, like they just like agreed that was like sounded good. And so we had the first one here and it went really well. I was a little surprised, honestly, that it went as well as it did. And it lasted a considerable amount longer, which makes sense because, it's, yeah, it's just a lot easier when you're not like public setting. I mean, I don't know, with the right people and the right place it works fine, but for this I think a personal setting is a lot easier, and that seems to be showing true. So I'm glad I decided to be vulnerable enough to voice my opinions in fear of being shot down, I guess, and that's a whole conversation in itself, because my anxiety and fear around doing or being the wrong thing or saying the wrong thing or whatever is, it's one, my problem. And two, it's easy to forget that people are saying what they think all the time. And they're not really like considering filtering themselves much. And I suppose this was me partially just not filtering myself much and putting it all out there, kind of I mean, not really, but kind of, and it worked out. I mean, it wound up being for the best, because I mean, had I not said something and suggested it, who knows how much longer we would have been meeting at the Starbucks, having these 20-minute sort of like short meetings about some stuff but not really much, because it's just it just never really got very deep or far or whatever. I don't know. You get it. So, all in all, we are on a better track now. We're probably going to be rotating people's houses from each other's houses. So, that'll be fun. That'll be nice, and I'll definitely feel better about that. We have transitioned the meeting from a physical meeting to a Zoom meeting at the time, for this time, because one, physical meeting spaces are actually very expensive. Shocker. And and it's probably just best to make it convenient for anyone who actually wants to come and listen or talk or whatever. So that's what we'll be doing. I think we gotta work out a little bit more of the presentation stuff and yada yada. So yeah, it's interesting. But we nailed down the questionnaire, so I can get that update on the website, and then we can start really promoting ourselves on social media and stuff, and getting it all out there. So today's topic on being vulnerable worked out, and I'm glad, because it was nice, and it was, it's hard because I'm a very I try to be very open about like who I am and like where I'm at and how I'm feeling about things and things like that with people, just even people I don't really even know that well, because honestly, what's the point of trying to like put a false image up? Like, it's one thing to reserve, to be reserved. Like I'm reserved around things or topics that I just don't feel like going into or like trying to do. But like as soon as like the opportunity comes up and it feels correct, like I'm like all down, I'm like completely game to open up as much as needed. And with this specifically about meeting at people's houses, I just wasn't sure if we were there yet as people, but then again, I knew that would be sort of a proponent in getting us there further or faster or whatever, So I just decided to say the thing that needed to be said, and it worked out well. So yeah. And David was being very nice because I don't know. We work together for one thing. So and we work in two different sort of areas. And so we try to, have conversations and stuff a little bit at work, mostly just shooting the shit, but also conversations sometimes about evac and stuff. And it can get tricky because then it sort of feels like it's a requirement of me to go over there and be, try to be personable or try to be the friendly version of myself that is not working, because I am working, that's what I'm there to do. And it's tricky because, we're in totally different areas. So, but I do what I can at work and to push that needle forward and stuff. And it works to a degree, but I just know that in order to get into below those barriers that I otherwise feel are there, they both basically agree, that there's just that sort of unfamiliarity with each other to a degree, because we worked together for a while, but we don't know each other entirely as people. So and we're going into business together. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, so of course it could just turn into nothing, and then it's not a big deal. But even the intention is a big deal. That's the thing. So, so I decided to do the scary thing, and it was fine. It was fine. Okay, I think I've rambled on long enough about this. Now I can move on to miscellaneous. That topic about being vulnerable is now over. Speaking of being vulnerable, I had my second therapy appointment this morning. It was fine. It was nice. We spent a good majority of the hour talking about alcoholism or drinking in general, and she was kind of just giving me some construction and stuff and ways to form thought patterns around drinking and how I can sort of start analyzing my drinking patterns and what triggers my drinking and, how much I drink, start recording that so that there is a baseline to start attacking and things like that. And it's all good stuff. It's a little bit simple, I suppose, and that's fine. It's free. I don't even have to pay for it, so I have no excuse, So, but it's not that I don't consider the idea of trying a different therapist or something, because that also sounds fine or nice or whatever. But I don't know. I'll see this out for a little bit and see how it goes. We're meeting every other week, which I almost want to meet weekly, which is just a little bit extra. But just because it's free, so I'm let's fucking run it up, I want to cost my health insurance more than my health insurance costs me. Do you understand? Actually, let me do some math. Because I'm pretty sure, even if I just do every other week, that is 24 meetings at, I think they're about $150 each. That's how much is being billed. That's more than my health insurance alone. So, I don't know. So yeah, it's, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Oh, but I was talking about the drinking part. Right. So she was talking about giving myself more activities outside of the home after work in the evening, regardless of if it's social or not, which that was sort of, she understands a certain level of my social anxiety and my anxiety doing public things and stuff. And so she just was like, that even just includes like walking down the street and stuff and whatever. And yeah, it's not a bad idea. And recording it is also not a bad idea. So she gave me some worksheets to record it on, which I might analyze the recording methods and then try to apply them to myself, my own methods, because they're just some generic worksheets she downloaded, so oh right, I was like, a CVS pharmacy claim processed what? Yeah, so it looks like her amount that she bills is $225. My plan pays $112, but then I also owe nothing. So I don't know where the rest of that's going. But it's $0. As far as I know. It says $0. So yeah, it seems a little dumb not to. Although I really need to get a physical done and get my teeth looked at, because fuck, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. But yeah, so overall it looks like this whole health insurance thing is winding up being worth the money, even just if I just go to therapy every other week for a year. It's not bad. What else? I should go to the grocery store. I should. I'm not going to, most likely. But I could really use some more yogurt. That's fundamental. But doesn't look like I will be. My God, the to-do list that I need to make is exorbitant. I need to text Shannon to see if she can do my hair on Sunday or Monday. Okay. Hold on. While I've got you, let's make a little to-do list. Yeah, why not? Right? Because I'm leaving. Me and my family are leaving on Tuesday after work to go to Universal Studios for the first time. Our first time. I think it's everyone's first time. I'm not sure. To do before Universal. And shadows on my face are like really strong. That's a little bit better. Yeah, whatever. There's a lot to do that I need to do. So I need to text Shannon about hair. I feel so bad. We were supposed to hang out this week, but work has been so insane. I haven't even texted her to tell her I'm sorry. The work is so insane. I'm just fucking terrible human. Let me tell you. What else do I need to do? I need to get my car serviced if I can. Not the end of the world if I can't, but I need to get my tires rotated and also an oil change. I've been deciding to use up my oil change credits every 5,000 miles instead of 10,000 because I heard, from the research I did, 5,000, given my driving patterns, is actually more befitting even with the synthetic oil or whatever. Because 10,000 is the accepted or the suggested from the manufacturer for average driving stuff, but I drive short durations a lot, and it also sits for a long time. I don't drive very much either, so to get to those mile markers, 10,000 miles is a year. So yeah, oil changes once a year seem a little bit too low. So yeah, I decided to do every 5,000 instead, and that's fine. I'm trying to get off the wheel of the dealership because I paid for credits in the upfront, and that's cool, but yeah, I don't want to go to Toyota continually forever because one, they're really expensive, but two, there's just better options out there than the dealership. So, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, car service. Schedule that for Monday probably. I need to pack, of course. What else do I need to do? There's other stuff. Oh, get St. Patrick's Day postcards and pop buys onto a website and make. Oh, hold on. Should actually make that too. Make eBlast. Because we are launching the St. Patrick's Day stuff, theoretically. Terrible timing, by the way, trying to actually do that. But I'm trying not to give up on the fucking plot, you know? Like, we lost an employee, sure. It's fucking busy, sure. But, like, I just need to cut out the 6 hours and just fucking get it all done so that we don't lose just this gap just simply because we're short-staffed. I don't know. I'm sort of trying to commit to the whole, you know, some kind of new thing every month for realtors to order or whatever. It's mostly just to keep trying at marketing and seeing what works and what doesn't and blah, blah, blah. So, do need to do that. What else do I need to do? I think that's mostly it. It's just going to be a busy weekend. Busy weekend. I need to get some food and then work for 3 more hours or something. I am burning the wick at every single end. I don't think I've felt this, like, just like this close to the edge, and not like emotionally. Like emotionally, I'm fine. Whatever. I'm coping just fine. But like at work, I'm having just a harder and harder time like actually keeping up. And you know, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on outside of work, like the evac stuff, like just general stuff, and yeah, making those decisions or trying to like push my time as far as it can go is also a bitch. So I'm just getting fucked left and right, regardless of which direction I go. But it's fine. You know what? We're going on vacation next week, and my coworkers are gonna hate me for it. I mean, they're gonna have to deal with it. I don't really. That's too late now. I can't cancel all this. So, but yeah, I'm stoked. It's gonna be a great little thing. Get to go to Hogwarts, which I know is controversial right now. I just want the butterbeer. Don't sue me. I just want the butterbeer, then I'll leave. Whatever. It's the nostalgia. You know what I mean? I can't. What do you want me to do? But then we're gonna go to the Super Mario World stuff too, and there's just like I guess like a ton to do at Universal. So I'm excited to give it all a go. Let's see. Oh my god, though, that fucking AR augmented reality Mario ride though. Oh, that looks intense. Do I look beat up to you? I guess I don't look that bad. I feel like my eyes have just been like worse and worse every day. It was hilarious. I got up early this morning to start working early, but then I then I got the notification in my email that the appointment link was like here, ready to go at 7:15, or for when the meeting starts at 7:15. I was like, oh shit, that's right, I have therapy. Completely forgot. Like bust out the little worksheet she gave me last time real quick. It was just like, what are my anxiety triggers and how do I cope with them? Sort of questions. Very simple. But yeah, that was fun. I was like, whoops, I totally forgot this. Here you go. Yeah. It's kind of hard to answer questions though. Answered like during the meetings anyway, during the sessions, she has very nuanced questions, and I'm just like, I don't know if I've thought about it hard enough. She's like, why do you think you drink this much, or like, when you're being triggered by this specific thing, and then you are at home and you also have to work, and why do you think you drink this much? And I'm like, because it helps. I don't know. I'm not sure. I've just been on this train for a long time. But she's more focused on the reduction of the drinking as opposed to just stopping drinking, because I guess just stopping is kind of a recipe for disaster. So reduction, harm reduction. So I'm here for it. It's nice. And she was like, I know you don't feel young. She's like, but you're young, and if you can get this under control now, it's going to be so much easier for you in the future. And I was like, you got a point. You got a point. This will be a lot easier in the future if I can get it control now. And it's funny because I keep thinking like, oh, okay, I need to like get it under control. But no, my therapist was like, okay, let's do it. I'm like, oh, all right, let's do it. Let's give it a go. TBA though, TBH though, I'm definitely going to be drinking tonight to be coping with the amount of work that I'm going to be doing. It's just easier. I don't know. Like, my focus goes up. My ability to sit still for longer goes up. It's odd. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. We had 3 interviews today. They all seemed fine. None of their designs were like super good, but also it's like a half an hour to design a postcard. So, it's a tricky one. But yeah, looks like we might have our person. Maybe. I suggested to Eric that he should do a trial working day with the two people he's considering. Because that's what they did with me when I started. Like, before I even started, they told me to come in for, I think it was a full day. It might have been just 4 hours. But either way, they had me come in and, like, work on the actual work and, like, with the people and, make sure that everything was going to run smoothly. And it did. It went really well. And I think that'd be a great thing to try with someone else as well. Because, it's hard to know if people are going to vibe with the group setting, because the group setting is strong. The group stuff in our corner is strong. It's loud and annoying and strong. So if someone's not prepared for that, or if someone's not able to cope with that or deal well with that, like, it's going to be hard for them, That was the problem we had with the last person, although she claims it was a problem with one specific person, which, I don't know, I think she was just channeling a lot of bad things into one person sort of thing. She had things, she needed therapy. I literally told her that. The ball's on me, I tell you. Telling this woman I barely know, you should consider therapy. Don't take me out in public, okay? Just don't. I belong in my cozy little home. Okay, now I need to go get something to eat. Question is, will I get junk food or will I not get junk food? I don't have very much money. And I'm not even going to get paid before we go on vacation. So I'm probably just going to pull some money out of savings, but thankfully, I have almost as much savings as I used to have before our last big vacation, which was the end of September. So it's been, God damn it. Sorry, I just saw Maddie announced some DJ sets, and none of them are here. It's fine. It wouldn't be the Good Faith Forever show anyway, so that show was wild. Okay, I'm sorry. I've been going on for a very long time. I'm gonna stop now. I hope you're having a good week so far. Tomorrow's Friday, so probably might talk to you in the morning, or probably not at all, because I'm gonna go over to Paul's after work. Probably stay at work until like 7 or something, and then go over to Paul's. So don't expect me. Although you can probably expect a video from me on Saturday, because I'm gonna be running around all Saturday and Sunday trying to get everything in order for Tuesday, because we're leaving Tuesday after work. So Yeah, anyway, I'm going to end this invisible conversation with my camera and go get some food. Have a good evening. Goodbye.